All right.
Hi to all those Sacred Fiber Health, Dr. Rachel Northern, and we're doing a Norwex party. Just me and Kim pretty much. So she's going to talk about these awesome products and a little bit about herself. And I hope you enjoy.
All right, thanks for having me, Rachel. Again, my name is Kim, and I am a Norwex consultant. I've been doing this for about 1 year, just over a year, and I'm also a full-time PE teacher. I fell in love with these products at a party, and I was telling everybody about them anyway, so I figured, well, let me share them. So that's what I'm here to do tonight, and I love helping people answer questions, share the product, share the mission. I don't want to sell. I don't want to be like, you have to have this because of this. It has changed my life and my family's life, so I want to share that with you. So if you're not familiar with Norwex, it stands for Norwegian Experience, and it was created in Norway. And it is, the flagship product is our Enviro cloth, which is a microfiber cloth that is meant to pick up things off of your counter and things like that. So that means it uses only water in the cloth to do so. So backing up a little bit, there's 3 different ways to clean things if you're not familiar with that. And one of them is steam cleaning, which can just be a little cumbersome, having so much to do. Another way is chemical cleaning, and the last way is mechanical cleaning. So I'm sure you're familiar with chemical cleaning, but if you think of like a dandelion in your front yard and you spray it with weed killer, it's dead, but it's still there. That's what chemical cleaning does. Mechanical cleaning is like taking the tool to dig the weed out, it removes it from the surface. So that's the difference, and we're all about mechanical cleaning, and our mission is to reduce the amount of chemicals in your home. So that's what I'm here to tell you about. I'm going to share with you our Safe Haven 5, which is 5 products that can clean up to 90% of your home. And honestly, I don't know what you can't clean with it. Maybe the inside of your toilet, but some people do. Not me. Maybe your floors. It can do it, but there's better tools to do it. So these 5 products are, like, if you're new to this, start with this. It's the best thing you can do. So I'm going to start by telling you about our Enviro cloth. Again, this is our flagship product. It is our top seller, and I believe everybody needs really more than one, but at least one of these in your home. If you were to say, well, what's so special about this microfiber, I would tell you that there's 3 things that sets Norwex apart from just other microfiber. The first thing is the size of the microfiber. So for something to be considered microfiber, it has to be 1/6 the size of a human hair. So if I took one of my hairs, plucked it off my head, and showed you, but you can't see, split that 6 ways, that's how small microfiber has to be. Our microfiber is 1/200th the size of a human hair. So I can't even comprehend that. Every time I do this, I'm like, wow. So the size is the first thing that sets it apart. The density is the second thing. So if you took this cloth and picked a piece off or cut a little piece and unraveled this whole thing, it would go from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. So that means that because it is so dense, it can pick up so much more. So when you rub it across your surface, you are getting more things removed from your surface because the cloth is so dense. If you hold it up to like a light, you probably won't be able to see in the video, but if you hold it up, you can't really see through, whereas if you have just a generic or a cheapy microfiber, you can see a lot of light that shines through it. Our cloths are much more dense. And the last thing that sets our microfiber apart is our backlock technology, which is it's microsilver that's embedded into the cloth, so it's not a coating, it won't disappear or it won't go away after washing it, but I call it like bacteria birth control. So when you use our cloth, you're going to use it wet, you're going to get it wet, you're going to rub it across your surface, and it picks up everything that's on your surface, and when you rinse it out, you can kind of rub it together like this underneath the faucet and get any like crumbs or big debris off, and then you hang it by the tag to dry like this, and the microfiber or the silver in the microfiber goes to work, and it doesn't kill the bacteria, it inhibits the growth of it. So you're not going to get a stinky rag. Okay, so some people say like, oh, Norwex, it just kills stuff when it doesn't do that. It picks up the bacteria, so it's not on your surface, it doesn't use chemicals, and then it inhibits bacterial growth within your cloth. So I can go about 2 weeks, depending what I've done with this, up to 2 weeks, maybe even a little longer without washing it, because the silver is inhibiting bacteria growth, so there's not bacteria reproducing within my cloth. So if you've ever had like kitchen cloths that are like, oh, those are so smelly, or a bath towel like my husband's, then that's because there's bacteria growing in it. So those are the 3 things that set it apart. So the Enviro cloth is like, I call it everything cloth. You can use this on anything. I use it on my stove, my microwave. sinks, counters, bathroom, table every night after dinner. I have 2 little girls, and the table's always a mess. So to use this, you get it wet, run under water, wring it out, and then you rub it across the surface. You want to keep it in a square like this, and you would rub it across the surface, and it'll pick up everything on your surface. If you use it dry like I am right now, it kind of acts like a dusting rag, but we have a better product to do that. And then when you're done, you run it under warm water, rub it together, and then hang it by the tag to dry. Okay, so that's our EnviroCloth. And the EnviroCloth's best buddy is our window cloth. This is actually my favorite product. This is my personal favorite because it makes everything shiny. So it's a little bit bigger, and it's more like silky feeling. The window cloth is for anything that you want to get like shine, sparkle, faucets, anything like chrome or stainless steel. Even I've seen people use it on like their wheels on their car, windows, mirrors, streak free, for real, unbelievable. And that's kind of why I love it so much, because I almost didn't believe it. So you can use this one of 3 ways. You can have a wet EnviroCloth and wipe your window down and it's already wet, and then you use this to dry the surface and it'll dry streak free. If it's not streak free, it means you left part of the window wet. So if you're not new to Norwex and you didn't know that, my husband's like, you always get the mirror so clean. I'm like, well, it's because you don't dry it all the way. But anyways, that might be a problem. The second way you can use it is you can have like a spray bottle of water, spray your window, and then just use this to dry it. Or it's so big, you could even take like a corner of it and get this part wet and use this to kind of get your window wet, and then use the dry part to polish it, okay? Truly streak free, and they're like best friends. The EnviroCloth does the hard work and gets all the bacteria off the surface, and then this guy makes it look shiny and pretty. It's kind of like Bert and Ernie. So my favorite demo that I do with this, I'm not going to do it tonight because I don't have my dishwasher with me, but this will pick up butter off my stainless steel dishwasher when it's wet, and then I dry it with this, and it's streak free, and it's done in less than a minute. And I also have a dog at home that does the sniff test, and she tries to lick it all off, and then when I'm done cleaning, she's like, well, there's nothing there, and goes away. So these 2 together is called our basic package, which is a great combination to have in any household. So those are the first 2 items in our Safe Haven 5. The third one, is our dusting mitt, which if you are familiar with static, this works off static, so you're going to want to rub it together before you use it, and it'll pick up more. Put it on just like a glove or a mitten, and you rub it across any surface that you want to dust. It's really great for blinds, or if you can get this wet and use it on your window screens. It looks disgusting. This has been done, and it was completely black, and when you wash it, or you rig it out, rub it together, and then wash it, it doesn't look stained at all. Another thing I use it for is I have laminate in my house. I use it on my steps because I don't want to drag out the vacuum or anything like that, so I just take this and I go across each step. And when I really knew that this product was amazing, I had a shelf in my bathroom that was like probably a few months, maybe 6 to 8 months since it had been dusted. So I took this across the top and I was like, oh no. And when I got to the end, it was all just hanging on the cloth, or on the glove. It also is really good for sand. If you have sandy feet, bring this with you to the beach, wipe it off, and it's great. So that's our dusting mitt. And our cleaning paste is the next item. This is like elbow grease in a jar. Right now is out of stock at least through the end of 2020, just with all the demands of our manufacturers and things like that. So it's only available in the Safe Haven 5 right now. So if you're like, I just want that paste, get the Safe Haven 5, keep this, and then give the rest away for Christmas. What this looks like when you open it, it's kind of like a white brick or chunk or whatever, and it comes full to the top. You can see mine is about like halfway gone. Yeah, just about halfway gone. And this is like 2 years old because I got it at a party before I was a consultant. So it's been used in my home with children and parties, demonstrations. I take a little out for samples and things like that, and it still has half of it left. So that's great. This one I am going to be posting in Rachel's Facebook, Rachel Reducing Chemicals with Rachel's Facebook group, a video of me cleaning my oven door with this, and it's like unbelievable. If you've ever had to clean your oven, this will help you. So I use a little spear net, which I don't have with me right now, but it's kind of like a Brillo pad, and you get it wet and you rub it down and it takes it off with little to no effort. This is also really great for I'm a gym teacher, so the white part on your tennis shoes, or kids, like toddler shoes, If you have, like, I have white wainscoting that's been drawn on by red crayons, this takes it right off. Anything that needs like that little extra scrubbing power, glass stovetops, maybe microwaves, stainless steel, not stainless steel, like your sink or whatever, this would be great. It is made out of marble flour, so you do have to be careful. Like if you use it on stainless or granite or something, it could scratch it. So I would recommend either testing it in a small area first or just kind of staying away from that, and we can find a different solution. So those are 4 of our products, but you might be asking about, well, if I'm investing into this, how do I care for it? How do I make sure I keep it working well? And I'm going to talk to you about our laundry detergent next. So this is our powder laundry detergent. We also offer a liquid detergent. I actually have never used it because I love this and never felt the need to purchase it. So the powder detergent is free from all fillers and dyes, fragrances, and all the big words that you probably can't say or that I can't say. But that's important because if you remember, the cloths are meant to grab and hold on to things. So they're grabbing and holding on to all sorts of things, including any fillers that might be in your detergent. So if you take a look at these, can you see that all right? Mm-hmm. This is a store brand near me, free and clear detergent, and this is our Norwex detergent in just warm water, shaken up. So the difference is clear, obviously, but they said like, oh, well, when you do your thing, put like 1 capful in here and 1 load in here, but this is so powerful, you don't need a full capful of anything. I have a regular standard machine, top loader. I use half a tablespoon for a full load of laundry. If you have an HE machine without hard water, you can probably get away with a teaspoon of it. And if you have hard water, you just use a little extra, but even like a tablespoon will probably be fine. So I was like, well, that's not really fair. So I put a tablespoon in here and I was like, I'll just use a tablespoon. So this is actually only a tablespoon of detergent that's supposedly free and clear, which obviously it's not. So what's gonna happen is if you wash this with this detergent, this is gonna pick up and hold on to all the things that is in your detergent, and it's gonna become less effective. It's not gonna ruin your cloth. My husband did it once and I was so mad at him, but it's okay because you can deep clean your cloths. Putting them in really hot water helps relax the fibers or release them, and then you'll be back to good. You'll be fine, okay? So don't worry if you've washed it in non-Norwex detergent, but you want to find a detergent that's free of fillers and all those things, because otherwise it's gonna hold on to it. So that brings me to my last point of deep cleaning. So if you've had these for a while, maybe you're a Norwex Pro and you're like, I've had them for so long and you've never heard of this, this is what I like to share. It's called deep cleaning your cloths. You can either use our laundry detergent, or we have a microfiber cleaner laundry booster. It's a mouthful. Fill a sink or a bucket or something with hot water, not boiling, but as hot as you can get it, and dissolve a scoop of the detergent or the scoop of the cleaner, the microfiber cleaner, and then you're gonna soak your rags in that for like 30 minutes to an hour. So the hot water mixed with the detergent is going to release all the things in there, and the water will look disgusting when you're done. It'll look like black to brown. But all those things are out of it, and then you're just gonna rinse them out, rub them together, and then I throw mine right in the wash so they get a nice clean afterwards. So you can do that about like 4 times a year. You don't wanna do it too often, but that's a great way to keep your cloths looking new and lasting longer. So people have had theirs that are, have been Norwex Pros for longer than I have their cloths for like 10 years plus. And every time I hear that, I'm like, that's amazing. But I can see that. I haven't really gotten new like Enviro cloths or things like that since I've started because I haven't needed them. So the investment to get chemicals out of your home, to clean with water, you feel better, you're not wondering what's in my clothes or what's on, what's left over on my counter. It's great. So again, this stuff has changed my family's life. But the last thing I always talk about is our mop. And this is like the most coveted product, but it's also like, I don't know about you, I have little kids at home, so they're crawling all over the floor, and I don't want them crawling in chemicals and things like that. So the mop has a telescopic handle, so it can go up to, I think I'm 5'6", so it's about 5'6", or it can shrink down pretty much to half its size, and it comes with a dry pad. If you get the mop system, it comes with a dry pad, which is basically the dusting mitt on a mop pad, and there's also the wet pad, which is the blue one. This is an Enviro cloth on a mop pad. So yes, you can mop your floors with just water. and it's awesome. So when you do this, it has like a swivel handle. You can go under things. So if I need to get like under something, like this table, I can do this and get all the way under and things like that. It gets a lot of things. Sometimes I put the mop pad on off center so I can get my baseboards at the same time, so I can kind of do one of these things. And I love it. It saves me so much time, and my floors feel cleaner, they look cleaner, and it actually, like as weird as it sounds, they stay cleaner for longer. So I love that, but don't want to spend too much time talking about it. So all that being said, if you have more questions about it, you can contact me, or you can contact Rachel and she can get in touch with me. My website is www.kimmcfarland.norwex.biz. That'll be anywhere that you want to order products or find product information. And if you like email, my email is kimlikesclean@gmail.com. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have, or talk with you about how these things can change your life. If you want to book a party, that will help Rachel out, and you get free stuff based on how well your party does. So if you're like, oh, I love this and I want in, let us know and we'll hook you up, and we can do a virtual Facebook party for you. And I think that's about it. So have a great night, and thanks for tuning in.
Okay. And can you give your website again, Kim?
Sure, my website is www.kimmcfarland.norwex.biz. B-I-Z.